This is Glenn Hodges Live from Washington, D.C., and you're now watching Glenn Hodges Live. Today in this special edition, I have with me Nick and Leo Cantos. They are two of the three blind triplets that recently gained notoriety for being the first in the world to ever earn their Eagle Scout badges. I think that maybe mentorship may have had a little bit of influence on your success thus far. Nick, could you share with us your thoughts on this as far as mentorship and maybe who was the most instrumental in helping you in your life so far?
Well, so essentially, Dad was the one who allowed me to do this because I didn't know what I was doing. I wanted to help people that I knew, but Dad really helped me out because he allowed me to think about this in a different way. It's like when I first started the project, I was really nervous because I didn't know what I was doing. But Dad helped me out beforehand. Just in life in general, because he helped me to have confidence before, and that required many years of training and everything else, and it led up to this point. So without Dad, I probably wouldn't be the person I am now, and I really love and thank him for that.
Well, now for those of you that don't know, Dad is just not an ordinary dad. Their dad is Nick Cantos, an attorney with the U.S. Department of Education, previously with the Department of Justice, and a two-time presidential appointee. And he just happens to also be blind. Leo, tell me about mentoring in your life and what it's meant to you.
So in my life, there's been a lot of people who have mentored me. There's been a lot of people, especially throughout these years, since I was around 10, like my dad, who helped me to be who I am today. And when I was 10 years old, I was a really different person. I was not confident. I mean, I was positive, but I wasn't. I didn't know how to help people or how to do things like this. And I was really sheltered as a kid. And so when I started to develop confidence because of my dad and because of everyone else who helped me, especially like in my church, and when I started to become popular in school, and all sorts of stuff like that, and doing speeches, and ultimately becoming an Eagle Scout with the help of everyone who was with me throughout that time, from the church and also my dad, it turned out to be really awesome, and I really enjoyed and still enjoy building my life up to this point as I prepare to go to college at George Mason University. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there, but I really think that mentoring is important, and that anyone who has a mentor who really wants to gain knowledge and experience and maybe some confidence should listen to him or her. And my mentor, originally we didn't call him Dad, but now we call him Dad, and now he is our dad because we are adopted now. And so it became from a month-long relationship to what it is now, and I really think it's important for people to listen to what their mentors have to say.
Nick, now where are you going to school?
I'm going to Southern Virginia University.
Mm-hmm. And you're majoring in?
Business and leadership.
Right. And Leo, what are you majoring in at George Mason?
Integrative studies.
And your brother Stephen is going through orientation, I believe, today at George Mason. Is that correct?
Yes.
And what is he majoring in?
He's also majoring in integrative studies. We're both focusing on law, though.
Great. Well, in closing, what is probably the one thing that you treasure the most that you've learned from your father, Nick Cantos? Nick, would you like to share first?
There is one thing that I know, and that's if you are willing to help others, and if you're willing to be a good person, then people will like you and respect you.
And Leo?
For me, the biggest thing that I've learned from my dad is that there's never a thing that you can do that won't help another person. Like for instance, like for me, even doing small things, you could smile and that will help a person to brighten their day. And whatever it is if you continue to do the best you can to help others, and if you build your life at the same time, well, then you'll have a win-win situation.
Awesome. I think Napoleon Hill said something about if you can't accomplish great things, do little things in a great way. You're doing little things and great things, and you're touching a lot of lives. And thank you for what you're doing. This is Glynn Hodges thanking you for joining us today. Remember, folks, your day will be just as good as you visualize it.